Hello, good night. My name is Adrian, and my other group member name is Brandon, and today we are going to present our final project on database design. So the name of the company that we are doing a database for is Robbie's Family Restaurant. Here is a day-to-day operations of the business where of what they do daily, how much employees each restaurant has, and the problems the restaurant is facing and the needs for it. So Robbie's Family Restaurant has three different branches throughout the country. Two of these restaurants are active while one is finishing being built. And here there are seven different employees who have seven different job roles for each branch. And they wanted a database that could manage the employees for them. And so we have come up with a solution to get them a database and also a network so all three restaurants will be connected together. So here we have 3 business rules and 10 queries that we got from analyzing the business. Here we have well, we wrote the business rules in Urdish. So for rule 1, we have each employee must work at one and only one location, and each location may have one or more employees. And each employees only have one job, so that will be each employee must have one and only one job. Each job may be assigned to one or more employee. And as for business rule number 3, we cannot turn this into we cannot turn it into English, so we documented it. And here are the 3 entities we got from the English. Here is the conceptual model for business rules 1 and 2. As you can see, each employee works at one and only one location, and each location employs one or more employee, or may employ one or more employee. So, and same as with employee to job, each employee is assigned to one and only one job. Each job may assign one or more employee. Here's the normalization into normal form for employee table. Here we have employee ID, first name, last name, phone number, and address. This is normalization table for location that has location ID, location address, and contact. Here we have the job table normalization, job ID, job role, hours, and period. The final ARD diagram for the database. So as you can see, the employee with its attributes, location with attributes, and job with attributes. And as for the relationship, I'll add this here in the document later on. Here we have the physical/data dictionary, or I mean physical model or the data dictionary as you would want to call it. We have the job table with the attributes, description, data types, constraints, and the primary key as job ID. Here we have employee ID as attributes, descriptions, data types, constraints, etc. And here we have employee ID as primary key, location ID and job ID as foreign keys. Here's the physical model for location. So just have location ID as a foreign, primary key and address and contact. Here's a screenshot of the design view for the employee table. And this is oh, sorry about that. This is the data that is entered for employee table. Here we have the screenshot of a query that is used to search for an employee by typing their ID. And here's a screenshot of the relationship that is all connected together. As you can see, both tables are connected successfully to the employee table. And that's it for the documentation report. Now I'll pass you on to BrandonMartin. He will present the access database.
I need permissions.
Permissions.
Well, good night. I'll be presenting here the access database we have for the project. So here we would see three tables: job, employee, and location, like we got from the English. So in job here, they will have the job ID, job role, hours, and period. And this is the data that we entered. And the design view now here would show us the size that each field we want and the different types of each field or attribute. And we could set as yes or no. And index would be, well, for the primary key, which would be job ID. And this is the employee table and design view. This one is location. Has two locations here currently. The third one isn't up yet, so it doesn't have an entry. And this is the design view. And now onto the queries. The first query here. Let's see. The first query here would be to see the periods of the two managers that the branches have. And that's the design view. So here we would list what we want to see from the query. So it would be first name, last name, period, and job ID. But the job ID is hidden because we just want to use this as the criteria to find it. The cleaner removal was a delete query. So we just set the criteria here for the employee with the ID 1294. So you deleted it from the database. So we shouldn't see one here. Yes, 1294 is missing. Next would be, this would be an update query. So I'll show you the design view. So this here would change the period of security guard. Yes. So security here would have been 15 before. And the update query here changed it to 18 with the criteria of the ID being 103. And this was just a search query to see the employees with the job ID 101. And this would be the design view. An employee search is just, well, this would have a prompt to enter the ID. So let's see. I want to see 1296. 1, 2. You can see it here. All the information. One second. And this is the design view. This one here is just an update query to change the phone number of a manager. So you have the criteria as the employee ID and the number with the phone number for it would change. So what is linked to. And this query is just to see the average pay rate of all the jobs. So here would be design view. It's a link between two tables. And this was an update query to give a pay raise to the waiter job role. So this would be the criteria, and this is what it would update to. And this was just a select query for all the employees in location 2. So you would have location ID 2 here. So all those are that it would show up. And this is the design you've hit. Criteria being L2, location ID. This update query is already run, so design view here would take the employee ID as the criteria because we want to change one employee and we will change the job to 101, which will be cleaner. Now to show the forms. So this is the form for the employee table, and you will have the buttons here to search through it, show all the different records. So you can see here, to go back and forth, and have a button here to add the employee. So you would just type in, well, the different information. Let's press add, and it would add to the employee table. That was for the job form, same as before. You can see these, all of them. I'll show the design view. Ah, I get added. I don't know. But the design view for this here, there's the buttons we added here. And just style it, change the colors and change the text colors and so on. And the last one will be the location form, which will be basically the same as before, but we only have 2 locations. So when the other location is up, we will just put in the location, the contact and ID and click add. So the table here would update. Design view, same as before. And that is basically it for the access part of the presentation.
All right. Thanks for listening and have a good day.